YouTube. It's your girl, keeping it real with Tra-Luv. I'm back. Hey guys, 2 videos in one day, guys. So anyway, let's get to it, guys. We're going to talk about this word that I wish we as black people would quit getting triggered by. Okay? So basically, it's the big N word. Okay? So I really wish we as black people would quit being triggered by this word. And I'm going to explain to you why we as black people should quit being triggered by this word. So anyway, guys, I'm sitting here. I'm having me some lunch. I'm eating Chick-fil-A. I've already started eating, honey. So I'm having Chick-fil-A, some fries, and just a drink. Lemonade with Sprite mix. So anyway, guys, I have never, ever, and I mean it, I have never, ever in my entire life been triggered by the N word. And I went to an all-white high school. But I have never been triggered by that word. That word has never meant not one thing to me. And I'm going to tell you why. So, as most of you guys know, in a couple of my videos, I've told you guys that my mom was in the Navy. She actually came home a year after my father was killed. My father was killed when I was 7. My mom came home when I was 8. So when my mom came home, she sat me down and she, explained a lot of things to me and told me a lot of different things. And 2 of the things that I absolutely remembered and always carried with me, one of them have nothing to do with this subject, but I'm just going to tell you both of them that I've always carried with me and always remember up until this day. From I was 8 till I'm 51 now, I have always carried this with me. So one of the things she explained to me was that you never ever litter up your environment. You don't litter anywhere, but you especially do not litter up your environment and where you live. You should take pride in where you live, no matter where it is. If it was the projects, a tiny home, an RV, whatever, you should never litter up the environment where you live. You shouldn't litter up anywhere, okay? Let's get that understood. But one of the things she taught me was you never litter up your environment. So I have gone through my whole life not throwing trash out the window or anything, and that's why my car piled up with so much stuff till I stop by the trash can or whatever and throw it away. So that's neither here nor there. That was just one of the things that I always remembered she told me. Now, the second thing that she told me was to never be offended by the N word. And her reasoning behind that is that's not you. That's not who you are. The N word is in any race of people. The N word is a word. It doesn't mean black people, even though the ones that created that word intended for that to be for black people. However, the N word is about a character of a person, your character, however, whatever. It's about the character, the way you act, how you carry yourself, the things you do. And that's just my definition of it. I'm going to actually read the definition and a few other things here, but I want us to quit being triggered by that word because that's not us. The N word could be in any race of people, and it is. And it is. I have seen it in all races of people, okay? So first we're going to get into what the actual definition states here. So first I'm going to read you, it says usage alert about the N. So the term N is now probably the most offensive word in English. Its degree of offensiveness has increased markedly in recent years. Although it has been used in a derogatory manner since at least the Revolutionary War, the sense is labeled extremely disparaging and offensive, represents meanings that are deeply insulting, and are used when the speaker deliberately wishes to cause great offense. So you see, I'm going to finish it, but I'm going to read that part again. And are used when the speaker deliberately wishes to cause great offense. Okay, keep that in mind. It is so profoundly offensive that a euphemism has developed for those occasions when the word itself must be discussed, as in court or in newspaper editorials. And that euphemism is the N word, that, like what I'm saying, okay? Because we can't just say the word out loud because so many people are triggered by that word, okay? So the first thing I want you to keep in mind, again, it is used when the speaker deliberately wishes to cause great offense. So the reason that person calls you that is because they know you're going to be triggered by that word, and they want to see you being triggered by that word. They're trying to cause offense to you. So that's why they're using that word. However, that word is not for everybody. Just because I'm black, that doesn't mean I'm an N word, okay? So again, we have to understand that that word could be in any race of people, and it is, okay? So now, the noun they use for the N word: extremely disparaging and offensive, a contemptuous term used to refer to a black person. And then it also has a contemptuous term used to refer to a member of any dark-skinned people. Black people are not the only dark-skinned race of people, okay? We have just taken that term and made it so much a part of us. But it does not refer to every black person. Again, I'm going to keep saying this. Or every person of the African American descent. There are dark-skinned people in all races of people. I guess except, But anyway, so then it says extremely disparaging and offensive, a contemptuous term used to refer to a person or any racial or ethnic origin regarded as contemptible, inferior, ignorant, etc. So again, I'm going to read that definition again. A contemptuous term used to refer to a person of any racial or ethnic origin regarded as contemptible, inferior, ignorant, etc. How many times have we seen an ignorant person in all the races of people? I've seen it over and over and over and over too many times. So, again, it says now rare, a victim of prejudice similar to that suffered by black people. A person who is economically, politically, or socially disenfranchised. We know we are the ones basically that particular definition is speaking of. But again, I'm not the N word, okay? So I don't get offended by that word. And now the word contemptible is deserving or held in contempt, despicable. How many times have you come across a despicable person in any race of people? You don't just find despicable people in the African American race. And let me finish this. Despicable, deserving to be despised or regarded with distaste, disgust, or disdain. How many times have you guys come across a disgusting ass person in any race of people? All the time. All the time. So that's why I do not get offended by the N word, because the N word is not me. That word is, again, about the character of a person. And there's so many screwed up, messed up people in all the races of people. I've had an opportunity in my life. I was dating an Ethiopian and we lived together for 10 years. And with us also lived a Somalian and a Pakistani guy, okay? And hold on, guys. And when I tell you, I've seen so much things that they want to throw off on us as a race of people. However, they do the same things and worse. So that's why my mom instilled in me, you're not an N-word. So never get offended by something that you are not. There's N's in the white race, in the Indian race. I had an Indian lady in my car the other day, taking her to her interview at Walmart. And I hope by some chance she sees this video, because she'll know it's the absolute truth. This lady, young Indian lady, she sat in my back seat and said every motherfucker, goddamn, faggot. She said every word that could possibly come out of her mouth. And I was like so freaking shocked. She was talking about the guy who was training them at this Walmart or whatever. But I was like so shocked, and I was laughing, and I wasn't laughing with her. I was laughing at her because she was showing me exactly what my mother taught me. There are N's in every race of people. This lady sat back there and you would have thought, and she may have come straight from the hood from her country. I don't know. However, I can almost guarantee you when she's in front of her people and in front of other people, she put on this whole different type of persona or show. But she sat right here in my back seat and she acted straight like the N person. Every word came out of her mouth was a cuss word. You think I curse like a sailor? Oh, you should have heard that lady. You should have heard that lady. And like I tell people, I didn't learn about hard drugs in my neighborhood. I learned about hard drugs at my all-white high school when all the little 12 and 13-year-old kids standing in the hallway popping acid and all of that kind of stuff. But they put all of that stuff on us. At 12 and 13 years old, I was still a little girl. I wasn't wearing makeup and coming to school with big, gigantic hair and, being grown or anything. But I saw the little white girls doing it and standing in the hallway popping acid with all the little white boys. So I didn't learn about that stuff in my neighborhood. I learned about that at my all-white high school. So I started to understand what my mom was talking about when she told me, Tracy, that's not who you are, so you do not get offended by that word. They created that word to make us feel inferior. And it was up to us to accept it or not accept it. And I'm one of the ones that I did not accept it. I don't feel less than you. I will never feel less than you. Ever. And it's nothing you can say or do to make me feel that way. If a person came to me and called me the N-word, I would laugh at them. Because by the time they left from in front of my face, they would be so hurt. They would hate they even spoke that word to me. Because I would turn that mirror on them and show them who the true N is. It's you. It's not me. It's you. And you will never, ever make me feel any kind of way using that word. I will laugh in your face. I will laugh directly in your face. And then, like I said before, once I finish with you, you would leave in front of my face hating that you came to me with that. Because you just showed who the real N was. And it's not me. So, that's why I wish we as a people would stop taking on all of these things that these people has created for us. The person that created me didn't create that. Man created that. Just like the person that created me didn't call me black. I'm brown. There's nothing black about me, and there's nothing black about most black people. You have a few of them that's, black, close to that color, and oh my God, they are beautiful. They are beautiful. There's no such thing as white people. You show me a real white person. You show me a real white person. The color white is white. There are no white people in this world. They pale. They pink. Some of them are red, but none of them are white. None of them are white. But they created those words for us. Whites are supposed to represent purity, cleanliness, angelicness, and black is darkness, evilness, and things like that. So they created those words and put those labels on us. We accepted those things when we didn't have to. We accepted those things, and we didn't have to accept those things. So when somebody starts to call you that N-word, unless you act that way, don't accept that and don't get offended by that word. I'm telling you, I will laugh at Karen. I will laugh at Ken. Their feelings would be so hurt. But what they do is, because they know that that word offends so many of us, That's what they use. And then they get you to act like that word, while they stand back and pretend, oh, what is wrong? I did nothing. Oh, this person is just crazy. Oh, what happened? Oh, please hurry. No. When you start showing them that word cannot get a reaction out of you, then they're going to have to find something else to use. You see, we as African American people, we have come too far in this world. Too far in this world that we should know by now that all of us are not those labels that they put on us. We are not those labels. You have some great people in the African American race, better than some people in all the other races. So we got to stop letting these man-made things that they have created to make themselves look good and to make us look bad affect us. You know, all of these things, that's why I tell people, all of these things about we don't want our kids, we don't this, we don't that. Guys, when you think back to back in the day, it was our great grandmothers that was raising their kids. Their kids was sucking off of our great grandmother's breast. It was because of our great grandmothers that they family exists. Because their mothers wasn't taking care of them back in the day. So that's why when they come to you with that BS, calling you an N-word and all that, then you let them know. If I'm an N, then that means your mama, your grandmama, your auntie, and everybody else is an N too, because the milk came from my ancestors' great grandmother's titty. So that makes you one too. And the only reason that you are living and surviving is because your great grandmother, because my great grandmother fed and took care of your grandmother, your mama, and everybody else. So where were your mother them back then when her kids needed to be raised? Why did my ancestors have to raise them? So you guys got to understand all these things that they put on us as a black race of people. A lot of it is them. A lot of it is them. But because they can rile us up so easily with those words, we took that upon ourselves. Ain't no way you gonna call me nothing besides Tracy that I'm gonna answer to. You can call me stubborn sometimes, I'll answer. You can call me a procrastinator, I'll answer. I'm gonna answer to those things that I am, and those that I'm not, I'm gonna laugh at you and shit on you afterwards. That's what's gonna happen. We as black people have to understand we are great. They know it. All of them know it. All of them know it. Except us. We seem to be the only ones that does not realize how great we are. They took away everything about us. Half of us can't even find exactly where we come from because our history has been erased. The little that was recorded, and the rest was not recorded. So we don't know. But what we do know is we're great people. What we do know is a lot of them are living the way they're living right now because of our ancestors. If they didn't have our ancestors picking their cotton, planting or plotting their tobacco, taking care of their fields, taking care of their families, taking care of their homes, they wouldn't be where they at today. A lot of them will deny it, but the truth is the damn truth. And it ain't a damn thing nobody can erase about that. It was our ancestors. They couldn't even take care of their own damn kids because they was raising the white man kids. So she couldn't teach and tend to her damn kids too. It was the same way they go around talking about, oh, the black man don't want his kids and all of that. Guys, you know, back in the day, even when you watched all those slave movies and everything, back in the day, that black man 9 out of 10 times was standing at that damn barn where they used to make the women, black women, have their kids, waiting on that lady to have her baby. They were happy. But then what happened? When the kids was born, what did Master do? Master either sold the kid and the mother off somewhere, or he sold the father off somewhere. So how the hell could the father tend to their children when they done sold them off somewhere? So you people better start learning your history and quit thinking and allowing these people to make you feel like you are less than. That's a damn lie. You see all these people in all these other races, they go, oh my God, you should go see this certain community here. And I'm not going to say what the community is, but most people know. You should go up in Clarkston and look at how wore down and broke down and tore up and dilapidated that community is now. And there's no black people there. If it is, they're very few and far between. We're black Americans. And I'm going to say that because the people that's there too also disassociate themselves with us or think they are a level above us as well. But you guys should go over there and see that community now. Tore down, dilapidated, broke down, and it ain't us that did it. It's not us that did it. Now, that area looks like a whole bunch of Ends live there. Okay? So, it was certain things. When my mom came home, my mom had been around all races of people. She was in the Navy. I remember Marion, I think, and her husband. They were some white people my mom was living with. I love those people. I remember when I was little, my mom would come get me sometimes and take me where she was stationed. My mom has lived around all kind of people. So that was one of the first lessons she gave me when she came home. So nobody can offend me with that word. And I want us as black people to stop being offended by that word as well. That's why they said, so they can throw you all out of character. You might be a great, hardworking person, just going through life, doing the right thing. And as soon as somebody say that word to you, you go berserk. You do exactly what they want you to do so they can be like, see, while they hide their hands. We took on that word so much that we turned it into a term of endearment when we're dealing with each other. Instead of, we took the ER off and just added an A at the end. And we'd be like, yeah, that's my, or that's my. No, we took that word when we didn't have to. And they know we didn't have to. Because that's not what that word is. That word has nothing to do with me. My mom didn't raise a N-word. My mom raised a beautiful, intelligent, African American, strong. And I'm going to say the word black woman, even though my creator did not put that word on me. And I wouldn't trade my color or my people to save my life. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. We are some of the most beautiful, creative, intelligent people of this world. And every other race of people know that. But they try their best to make us feel less than. I'm not intimidated around any race of people. Any race of woman. None of that. None of them intimidate me. Any race of man, any race of woman, none of them intimidates me. And a lot of them get in my car and want to show they're better or this. But they always end up with the frown. I don't. They always end up with the frown because you can't turn me into anything but what I am. But what I will do is turn your frown upside down, your smile upside down when you get in here thinking you're going to intimidate me and make me feel inferior to you. It never fails. It never fails. Black women, we are some, if not the most hardworking, intelligent, classy group of women. But we've tried too hard to be that because we have to work double and do things extra better to be acknowledged. You see, just like our black man is the only race of man that have allowed every other race of people to teach them how to treat their black woman. So that's another thing. I'm never offended or have anything to say about a black man that goes over to a white woman. Kudos to him. More power to him. You know why? Because 9 out of 10 times he ain't the one that I'm liking anyway. So when they say, oh, black women get mad because no, that's not true. Now, if some may, but not all. Because what most of us do know is that if you did not have the money or the power that you have, they wouldn't be with you anyway. They wouldn't be with you anyway. So it's not because of who you are. I can't say that they don't grow to love you. But when they got with you, it wasn't about that. It was strictly about the money and who you were. They, amongst most other race of women was taught to marry for money. While black women and the black race, we were taught to marry for love. That's why so many of those races, their marriages are businesses. Had nothing to do with love. Nothing at all. That's why in some race of people, they marry their cousins. Because they want to keep the money in the family. So black people, we need to start standing up, acknowledging that we are great. There's nothing Inish about me. Besides, when I turn on your ass for coming in my face with that bullshit, then yeah, you might see a lot of Inish then, because I'm going to match your energy. And I'm going to send your ass off hating that you approached this African American woman with that. I done been around too many of you to see all that bullshit y'all be trying to portray is not what it is. Just like you have ends in the black American race, you have them in the white race, you have them in the Indian race, you have them in the Ethiopian race, the Somalian race, Pakistani race, and any other kind of race of damn people you want to name. The ends are there. And I can tell you a lot of other shit that I've seen with living with different people that we don't do. So we have to stop being so triggered and getting them to make us act the way they want us to act, to put that limelight on us and say, see. For you to even speak that word out your mouth shows you how Inish you are. Shows what your mother and father raised. Don't have nothing to do with me, honey. Nothing at all. I see too many of us going to jail, getting kicked out of school, or some sort of repercussions because we done beat up the person or did something to somebody that called us an N-word. Shit on those people. Those people that called you that, that's who they are. That's why they're trying to portray you as that. Because that's who they are. No. We got to understand the kings and queens that we are. And I have gone through my whole life, guys. I can promise you. That's one thing my mom gave me. She gave me such a security to walk with my head high and to never feel less than anybody in this world, even if I had less. That's one thing I learned from her. That's the main thing I learned from her. To always hold my head high. Because I'm not what you or anybody else call me. The same for that word bitch. And I got something coming for that too. It's just taking me a little time to get it developed, because again, I do everything by myself. But I got something coming for that too. And it's going to be so nice. We got to quit being offended by things that we are not. So, guys, I'm very passionate about this stuff, because we, as a race of people, we are a great people. We are of great people. And we got to understand that. And we got to stop letting the simple and smallest things deter us and put us into some other state where they wanted us anyway. That's just like somebody trying to play you off the streets and you allow it to happen. You too, I don't want to use the word stupid, but you too caught up in the world that you can't see that they're trying to play you off the streets or out of whatever it is you have. You see, that's why so many of them walk around here trying to show that they're entitled, that they're this, they got one up on you, because they feel less than in all actuality. In all actuality, they put on that air because in the inside, they feel less than. They know the power that we hold. We don't know the power that we hold. They know the power that we hold. So that's why so many of them walk around with that air. If you knew exactly who you were, you wouldn't have to do that. You wouldn't have to do that because you know who you are. I know who I am. I don't have to go around nobody and try to show I'm superior to you. I don't need to do any of that, because anything that you are, it will show without you saying a word about it. So people, African American people, quit letting that N word affect you. That word means nothing. Your creator didn't create you and say you are a N word. Neither did your creator create you and say you are black. Ain't shit black about me but this hair on my head. But that's another thing they created to make you feel bad. The skin is beautiful, honey, and you know it's beautiful. Why you think they go and try to get tans and all that kind of stuff? It's so many things that we have done through life that is imitated. Just like having a big ass. They want to give that to J-Lo like she created that shit. Is you crazy? Black people was born with this. We didn't have to do shit to get it, but be born. That's why they took Sarah Bartman and put her up for some circus and show and dissect and do all this shit to find out about her because she was so shapely. But they want to give J-Lo the award for creating and being so fine. And lady, please. Black people been like that. We been had all of that. We didn't need to go get no ass pumped up and all that kind of stuff. Our ass already pumped. Hips already big and nice. We didn't have to do all that extra shit. So you people, and when I say you people, I mean my people. It's time that we wake up and move past that N-word. I see them every day in all races of people. Everything they say about us as a race of people, there's millions of the same thing that they say about us in their race. I see it every day. So we gotta stop allowing that word to get us in trouble. We gotta stop allowing them to play us out of whatever it is we're trying to achieve because of that word. Somebody can come right now while I'm sitting in this car doing this video, can walk up to my window and call me that N-word. I'm going to bust out laughing. Then I'm going to tell them, hold on. I'm going to tell you guys, hold on. And I'm going to get us, meaning me and whoever watching this video, out the car. And I'm going to let you see how by the time they walk off from me, they're going to be so upset. So upset. And they're going to mainly be mad because what their intent was is going to turn around and backfire on them. So we got to start realizing who we are as a race of people. And we got to start acting like it and carrying ourselves like that. We are kings and queens. We are. And that's true. But yeah, there's some ends in our race. Like there's some ends in every race of people. Again, guys, the N-word is not about a color. Even though they tried to intend it to be, it's not. It's not. It's about the character of an individual. If somebody come to you and call you dog, are you going to get as offended? And if you do, why would you be that silly when you know that's not who you are? You have other races of people that act more doggish. So all the things that people come to you and say, it can be turned back on other races of people. Let's learn how to walk away. If you don't know how to kindly, sarcastically put them back in their place. They're very sarcastic people. So they don't like when somebody beats them at their sarcasm. I see it every day, guys. I see it every day. I had one lady in my car a while ago of the white race from Greece or somewhere. And she got in my car with this whole air of attitude, had put the wrong directions in, but telling me what I'm going to do and all of this. Let me tell y'all something. By the time that lady got out of my car, she was crying. And she was saying, oh, I have never. Well, you have today. You have today. Because today you ran into a woman that wasn't going to allow your bullshit. And you ran into a woman that you thought you were superior to. And that woman politely and sarcastically gave you back your bull. And what I noticed was, where I dropped this lady off at, she was a frequent customer there. So the bellboy and all of them, when they saw what was going on, they stood there clapping. They stood there clapping. That's what embarrassed her even more, because she had been trotting her ass around, making everybody feel like she was so superior. But she met the right one that day. It was her time. That's why she holler, "Oh, I have never." Well, you have today, sweetheart. And hopefully now you've learned your lesson, so you have to never again. So that's what we got to understand. We're no less than nobody else. You need to always walk with your head up. There's nothing on the ground for you. There's nothing on the ground for you. You need to always walk with your head up. And stop letting them trick you into acting like them. Anybody that will open their mouth to call you that N-word, they've already showed you who they are. So if you're not good at sarcasm and putting them back in their place real quick, walk away laughing at them. Walk away laughing at them. Do not give them your power. That's another thing we have to understand. Don't relinquish your power over to anybody. To anybody. I don't care who it is. Don't give your power away to people. So guys, I'm going to go now. I just wanted to sit here and eat and, make this video really quick. But I hope a lot of you guys understand you are everything. Black American women, you are the shit. There is nothing Inish about you. Don't take upon that word. Don't take upon that word. That's not who you are. You are the shit, girlfriend. And we got to start walking like it. We got to start acting like it. And we got to let it be known. Okay? So guys, remember, when the next person come to you and call you an N-word, laugh at them. And if you have the type of sarcasm that I was born with, go ahead and send them walking away shameful. Okay? And if you don't, and if you go into that battle that is going to end up getting you in trouble, walk away. Walk away. Don't allow them to take your power from you. Walking away is just like telling them, kiss my behind. I don't care about anything you have to say. We've come too far as a people, and we did it by pulling up on our own bootstrap. because none was given to us. None has never been given to us. We didn't get our 40 acres and a mule. We didn't get anything. And when we did back then pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, what they do? They went and destroyed it. They went and destroyed it. And then still try to holler, oh, we always want a handout. We always want this. That's another thing. It's more of them on food stamps, welfare, and all of that than it is us. But they won't talk about all of that. And what the hell they mean by pull ourselves up by our own bootstrap? They didn't do it. They didn't pull themselves up by their own bootstraps. It was our ancestors that did everything for them. Everything. So that's why we got to stop listening to all this bull that they come with. It wasn't their ancestors out there picking no cotton and plotting no tobacco and doing their gardens or taking care of their kids, taking care of their houses, cooking, and then taking care of the fucking husbands too. By force. We are the only race of people that pulled ourselves up by our own bootstrap. Now damn sure wasn't given to us. But all these other people got reparations and all of that shit. So what the hell do they think black people pulled themselves up by? It wasn't their damn bootstraps. It was the boots that was stomping us. So y'all people, my people, we better start understanding who we are. And we are not the N-word. We are not that. You gotta let them know that's who your granny and your great granny and all them was. That's why they didn't have time to take care of your mama and none of the other ones. Because they was too busy out being N-words. So anyway, guys, I'm finna get ready to go. I can go on and on and on and on. But this is one of the things I just wanted to talk about because I see videos. A teacher calls some, person that the girl fights the teacher in school and don't do that. Don't do that. Because the end of the day, it's you that's fin to be in trouble. And for what? You took upon something that wasn't even you. That was that teacher. She was talking to herself. She was the N-word. That's why she wanted to call you that. Because she felt bad in the inside about who the fuck she was. I see people fighting in restaurants and everywhere because a N chooses to call you a N and you done took upon that word because you think it represents black people. That's what they wanted you to think. But you didn't damn create me. So you ain't finna tell me who the fuck I am. I'm a woman, a beautiful woman of color that would not change her color to be yours. I'm proud of who I am. So guys, we gotta stop. We got to stop. We give our power away too much over the smallest little things. Oh, so you call me that word, okay? Now what? So guys, quit taking on all of these labels that can be any of us, any race of us. Stop it. Stop it. You are relinquishing your power for absolutely no reason. Anyway, thank you guys for sitting here listening to my rant. I'm so passionate about this kind of stuff because I love my people. And we sit back and we take too much. We take upon too much and we take too much. And we don't have to do that. All we need to do is to know exactly who we are. And my mom and my grandma didn't raise no end. So therefore, I'm not fin to get offended by that. I'm looking at the end, standing right in my face, calling me that. That's who your mother and grandmother raised. And we got to understand that, guys. Anyway, thank you, YouTube. Anyway, guys, if you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys for listening to my video. See you later.